Hello, everybody. Welcome to the number 2 live stream of RainyGames. I blame Sydney for these numbers because it's very confusing. I was telling her earlier before we start. But anyway, we're here. Hi, it's been quite a while. I almost died, but here I am. And yeah. So I have a new microphone, as you can see. Pretty fancy. It's an XLR, not USB. So anyway, but what I meant to say is that please do let us know if we got audio issues, like things are quiet or things are very loud, or if I'm clipping. I think I've said it correctly, but it might not be correctly. And Sydney is also here. So my name is Rainy, aka Sea of Ash. I direct the game as best as I can, and Sydney here does the narrative direction. Not this way, this way. My camera's flipped. It's really confusing. Yeah. Do you want to say hi?
Hi. I moved my camera because I look really short next to you and it looks weird.
Oh, right. I can actually move you up if you want.
Well,
there you go.
Too late.
I move you up a little bit too.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I feel less tiny. Oh, wow, people talking. Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
oh my
but
gosh.
hi. Thank you to everybody for already being here when I opened OBS. Yeah, I saw 65 of you already here. So, hi everybody. Hi, Pat Anderson.
Perfect audio levels.
Hey, that's
perfect.
Good. Hopefully the quality is good too. I paid £90 for this thing. Yeah, awesome. So, a few welcome things. QA channel is up and running. You know the deal. Not that camera. That camera. I have two cameras in front of me. QA channel is up and running. You know the deal. Put your questions in Discord, or you can also put them in chat, but we might miss them if they put them in chat. So if you put them in Discord, we will be sure not to miss them. We are in the agenda. It says let's talk about Rainy, so I guess we're talking about me being ill. But before we do that, do we want to I just want to thank everybody who supported us on Patreon. Thank you guys. It was great. We had a nice opening pretty much of the Patreon, and you guys' reception of all the content that we shared on there was great. It was awesome. I think we are going to be talking about it more and actually showing you guys some of the stuff that we have shared later down the line in the stream. But for now, I just want to say thank you for supporting us on Patreon and for listening to the very first episode of the Developers Den podcast. That is a little side project of ours that we just love doing because you guys know we love talking, and apparently you guys like listening to us. So we recorded the first episode of it talking about...
You're talking about all of the end of stream stuff now.
Am I? Yeah.
Yes,
well, go watch it.
All that stuff's at the end.
Go watch it. And
I make this nice detailed list, and he's like, screw the list. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Zennycat, thank you. I do feel better. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to be talking about me without going too much into specifics. So I got sick. I got something called Molleret's meningitis, which means it's a meningitis that can happen multiple times. It's recurring. So every morning I wake up dreading if I'm going to have another attack. And when I have an attack, it's really not pleasant. I used to completely forget who I am, where I am, what I'm doing, which was very bad for my poor girlfriend. So I had to stay in the hospital for about a month, go through all sorts of treatments. I was stuck in a room, and hospitals are so boring, guys. It's not nice. It's incredibly boring. Thankfully, Lauren, my girlfriend, came and visited me pretty much every day, so it wasn't so bad. But yeah, I was pretty much for the whole month of March, I was in the hospital getting treated, which wasn't very good because I couldn't do any work at all. So we pretty much lost a month because of me being in the hospital. I came out of the hospital pretty much at the start of April, feeling much better. And now when I have attacks for my meningitis, they're much more manageable. I can actually go through them myself. I take a acetaminophen, I take an ibuprofen, and I put one of those migraine pads on my forehead, and within an hour it goes away. So it's not too bad. But I've never had a chronic illness before this, so this is a new
sucks, huh?
experience. It's a new experience to me. I was fine.
It's pretty
And
awful.
I'm not fine anymore. Yeah. So yeah, that's the long and short of it. I got very sick. It's a rare illness as well, but
But you're good
I'm
now.
fine now. But I'm
You're
fine
better
now.
now.
I'm much better
Yeah.
now. I can handle my episodes and stuff, and yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And I have a very lovely partner. Oh, there she is. That took very good care of me. Thanks, Lauren. But it was very terrifying.
We've kind of been joking about, like, the kind of joke is that Rainy lost his superpowers.
Yeah. I can't really work too long anymore. I can't crunch anymore. I have to go to bed.
So whereas before it would be me like, hey, make sure you get rest. Hey, don't stay up for 2 days straight. Hey, make sure you eat. Now he has like this underlying health issue that's telling him that for me.
Yeah. 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 But you know what? I'm getting better. I actually have had an energy drink today. I was like, fuck it. I need my caffeine. And actually, you know what? Caffeine helps with headaches, so it's fine.
No, it doesn't.
It
It only
does.
helps. It
Google
only
it.
helps with headaches if you're addicted to caffeine, because a withdrawal
Maybe I
symptom
am.
for caffeine.
Maybe I am.
One of the withdrawal symptoms for caffeine is headaches. So you're curing it by consuming more caffeine.
So you're saying I should
hi.
consume caffeine?
Hi, Bagheera. Ow. 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 Cat.
Although maybe I
I don't
shouldn't
think you guys
consume
can see
caffeine because I
him.
feel like my heart is gonna.
Yeah, that's
come out of my
probably a
chest.
good
I don't
thing
know
to avoid, because caffeine speeds up your heart rate.
I drink caffeine to help with the energy, and then I vape to calm it down so that I
guys
don't
are-
die.
You and your substances. All right, the cat's gonna make an appearance because he's being very needy
Hey,
today.
we have cat. You
Hello,
know what's the
Bagheera.
problem for me? This is the monitor that I look at the stream on, but it's exactly the opposite way from where you are.
Well,
And it
maybe
looks
you
like I'm
should
looking
put-
away from you.
Maybe you should put one under the other.
Maybe let's do this live. So Sydney's gonna go over there, and I'm gonna go over there. There we go. There we go. Now I'm looking at you.
Cat.
Perfect.
All right, you got your screen time, Bagheera. Go away.
All right. So, So today, not that camera. Today, we actually, for the first time for our streams, we didn't have to prepare any assets. You know how we usually grab like concept art or the art that Kaori's done, or the 3D models that Alan has done, or animals or anything else. We don't have to do that today, because today we are spending all of our time in the engine. So much better, much more exciting. You guys are going to see actually the game in action, and everything that we are going to be talking about today is going to be in the engine. And actually we are going to be talking about something new and something old. So we will start with the something old,
What is this, a
which
wedding?
is the build mode. Is that what you say in weddings?
Something new,
That's not
something
something
old,
new, something
old,
borrowed.
something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Well, it's just something old and something new. So we're going to be talking about build mode, which is
Wait, I
the
got the
system.
something blue.
Oh yeah, you do have something blue. I don't have anything borrowed though.
Mm.
I mean, I did borrow this from Lauren, so maybe that could work.
There you go. There you go. My headset was sent to me from Razer. Does that count?
Yeah, I got one too, and I broke it, so I had to get myself a Philips one. Yeah. Open back, by the way, for the audio files. All right. So, do you have anything you want to cover before I go into the engine? Or is that all coming at the end of the stream?
All at the end.
All right. Well, we're going to move to the window, and we are going to open up Unreal Engine. Okay. So this is about Hanako, which we might have to do something with. So let me just put a hangout here. Perfect. Save this. And it's gone. Cool. All right. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, let me actually minimize this so I can see the chat. There it is. The first talk to the mic. Okay, I'll try. The first thing that we're going to be talking about is going to be the build mode, as I said. So the build mode has received a bunch of updates. It works so much better. We have a bunch of new features for the game. But before we do anything, we actually need to... Actually, you know what? Let's utilize the debug map, because it's... I need to be conscious of my CPU and GPU, and if I open up our main map, it could die. We are going to have to open it eventually, because we need to show the different parts of the map, but for the build mode at least, let's just do it through here. So,
oh my gosh.
Eating Doritos. Good. Doritos are good.
His mic is blue, I just noticed that.
It is. Oh yeah. Didn't even think about that. Okay, so here we are in our debug map. You guys probably can hear the music and some stuff happening and people doing the YMCA in the distance. So, first of all, I'm going to open up the debug menu, and get myself every single blueprint unlocked, because at the start of the game, you're not going to have all of the blueprints for build mode unlocked. We actually... a completely new thing that we had to start thinking about and design has been figuring out progression of the game, because until this point we have not really been thinking about progression for unlocking stuff at all. Right, so
where are you going with this?
the fact that now we have progression.
House progression?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the house progression,
as well as just unlocking blueprints.
Oh, okay. What are you talking about? I'm over here laughing at the YMCA people in the back.
Okay.
Because
right,
set decoration, I guess.
So we are in the good old build mode that you guys are familiar with if you played the alpha. So now, if I go into build mode, you guys might notice that there is now a little nice boundary indicator on the map that actually shows you where you can build. Because we used to not have this system so that you guys could build pretty much anywhere and everywhere. But we finally put in the system that actually has a boundary that you can build stuff. So, and it works much better. So for instance, if I get myself this small chicken coop, and see, as soon as it goes out, you can't place it down. And you know what? Let's actually have a look at the placer, because this has received a bunch of updates. So now we have a nice little area around the building itself, and it also shows you a little kind of diagonal lines underneath the buildings themselves. And the reason this exists is that if you try to put your building on an area that is not flat, you'll be able to tell. So that when you get this red, you won't be confused. You'll be like, okay, it's because it's not flat underneath. And yes, we've removed that little...
Kyle says, don't put your mouth on the mic anymore.
Is it too loud?
Apparently you're too loud.
Oh my god. Make up your mind. And we have removed the little chevron that was in front of the buildings, because it just didn't make any sense. I mean, some buildings had multiple entries and it was just a bit confusing. So that's gone. Right. Now, a completely new feature that the build mode has is the fact that we have changed how you draw walls. So, again, if you guys do remember from the past, we used to have it so that... Where is it? There it is. We used to have it so that you could draw the walls wherever you wanted, but it was only in... what do you call it? Like straight lines. We have changed the system, so now you can actually draw buildings if you want. You can bend them, you can do whatever you want to them. And I can close it. Look at that. There it is. yeah, so much easier, so much more friendly to draw like this. There it is, just a nice little room, so much better.
And it like auto closes, right?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
That needs a bit of explaining. And then we extended the system from just walls to also paths. So now you can draw paths and you can do them however you like. Oops. Ow. Sorry.
Maybe you need to like drop it lower and away from you or something.
Maybe it needs to go a little bit further away. There it goes.
They were also
That's
saying
better.
you need one of these things.
Oh, am I?
Oh, you have one of those things.
I'll let you guys talk a little bit.
I didn't even notice that you drew the paths.
Yeah, we have paths now, and hopefully I sound better. Okay.
You know
Cool.
what I would love to do in the future when
Mhm.
we hit, updates and polish stages? You know how in Photoshop, if you hit shift click, it draws an automatic straight line for you?
Yeah, that'll be useful. That'll be very useful.
Same. Are you playing music?
From the game's playing music.
Oh, right. Good.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. We definitely convenience was like the #1 priority here for all of this stuff. Right, so let's talk about something a lot more fun. They're called display cases. So I'm going to put down a cabinet, right, because we are going to need it. And then I'm going to put down this item called a standing display. Right, gonna put it there. And then we also have a version which is wall-mounted display. Sorry, I need to face the mic. And it goes like this, right? Cool. So now if I get out of it and if I go and build these items, which I'm gonna use the cheat menu to build them all. Here they go. So we have a wall-mounted display and we have a standing normal display. Get this closer to me. Turn this up.
This is what
Right.
Rainy gets for getting a new mic.
Oh my god. So these are called, as the name implies, they're called displays. You can actually display items on them. And one item that I don't know, actually we didn't discuss if I should talk about this item. Should I talk about this item, the item that goes on the display that you might be getting from a minigame?
I don't actually type it in the outline, so I know what you're talking about.
Outline would be useful. 1 second, guys.
I don't know what he's talking about. Oh.
It's one of them, really.
I don't know.
Added something else.
No to the second one,
Okay.
but I'm gonna say you can show one of the first one.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
Don't show the menu of all the options.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't show the menu.
Yeah.
So, we have a very creative team, sometimes too creative, but they can't control their creativity. So Liz from our team, we needed some characters to go inside of our crane minigame, right? The one that you move a crane around and then it goes down and pick it up.
Yeah,
And
you guys saw it in the trailer.
yeah, and Liz thought it might be a good idea to almost approach it from a Pokemon sort of way, so that there are many different types of this very specific type of character that we have made ourselves, and we push people to collect them all.
I don't think that was actually the original idea. I think the original
Really?
thing was she was just goofing around and sketched some stuff.
Oh,
and then I said, these are cute, I want more. And then I was like, let's model them and put them in the game. And then I think you and I were like, we can put them in the crane machine. And then it spiraled.
Yeah.
It spiraled.
It did spiral.
But it happens a lot. And one of the things I like about making video games is when you have a lot of creative people together, you'll have a creative person go, hey, here's this like random thing that I did. And then I see it, I'm like, we're putting that in the game. Like, it's a lot of the stuff that we have, I feel like has ended up that way.
That's true.
And it's fun and I like it.
So this is the only one that I got permission from Sydney to show to you guys. This is a line of plushies in the world of SunnySide.
Don't say their name. Don't say their name.
Don't say their name.
Nope. Nope.
They're called something. And this is the avocado.
Oh, okay. Avocado's a good one.
This is Avocado Chan. They come in different styles. They come with different expressions, and we have about 50 of them. So when the game comes out, go collect them all, and there's an achievement for it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so the idea is that anything, any kinds of little figures or anything we want to like sneak into the game, but like can't really find a use for, we can make into decoration, and then you guys can put them on these little pedestals.
Exactly. So this isn't just for the plushies. You can also use it for any decorative item that you find in the wild. Whether it be models or figures or anything else, you can put them on these. Because we are not even sure what we're going to add at the end of the game. At the end of it. Yep.
And so the idea is it was a little too difficult for us to make it so that you could put anything down on any surface. But with this, you could put the pedestals down pretty much on anything, because it's two different systems, right? So you have the build mode system where you're building the little pedestal, and then you have the placement system, which is where you take an item out of your inventory. And they're two separate different things. So we had to find a way of how do you take something out of your inventory and put it down on something that you built in build mode. And so rather than trying to put that program on all flat surfaces, we kind of did it this way. So we've been talking about, right, Rainy, making the pedestal invisible maybe?
Yeah.
If you want to, so there'd be an option. And so that way, anything that you guys have, I think literally anything, right, that has a mesh in your inventory, you can put on a pedestal.
Pretty much, yeah. Anything that is a decoration, we can put on a pedestal.
So you
guys, I know you guys are already talking about it. We haven't really looked into having these IRL.
Yeah, I've talked about it. We've looked at it. With anything merchandising with SunnySide, we work in cooperation with merch, and so it's kind of up to them to determine like when to do that kind of stuff and how it gets released and all that. So, and it's also an insanely complicated process, and it's insanely expensive. So would we like to give you guys plushies at some point? Yes, we need to make money first. So once we actually start pulling in income from the game, then we can actually start looking at merchandise and all that. But like a really great example is our buddies over at Critter Crops. They want to do plushies, but they had to do a whole Kickstarter campaign just to do plushies for their game. And it was successful, don't get me wrong, but we don't have the capacity to run a whole other Kickstarter right now. So, that's a good question. Will Z fighting be an issue with display things?
No, because I have taken some stylistic liberty here, and I made them hover a little bit. So shouldn't we?
Gotta crane them all, plushie-mon. I love it.
But yeah, actually next week I will be working on some of the minigame items, and I'm really excited because I've been waiting a year to work on them. Yeah,
it's just he's been bugging me for a year.
Yeah, it's just a crane machine and a what's the other one? Gacha machine. But it's still fun to make them. I wanted to make a karaoke machine at some point, but we don't have the time anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. Just gotta get this game out.
Did you want to show? Yeah. Did you want to show item stacking?
Oh, right. So next up, this is probably the let me fix the phone because it's just annoying me that it's broken. Fix okay. So this was the most technically challenging part of working on the build mode, but it's in my opinion the coolest. So if you previously in the last build of the game, if you were to let me find a light. The light is the best showcase of it. Where's the light? There it is. Okay. So before, if you were to put, an item down and another item on top of it, and you wanted to move the item below it, the item above it would just float, because essentially the items were unaware of each other. They didn't have any idea what was going on around. But now, in this new build of the game, things stack and connect to one another. So if I put them like that, they're gonna move together. If I put a few more on here, they are just all gonna move. But if I move this, it's gonna move what's on top of it, but not what's under it. And then that. And then if I just put it back up here, now they're gonna move together. It's a very smart system. It's technically challenging, but it's fun. Anyways.
It doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal, but we were trying to think. We want to make sure that build mode was easy and accessible for you guys. So if you, for instance, put together a whole living room and you've got decorations on things and you want to move a counter,
yeah,
you shouldn't have to move every item individually. It's kind of annoying. And if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Rainy, this applies to like anything you put inside of a house will move with the whole house, right?
That's the bigger one. If you have a house and you have a bunch of decorations inside of it, bunch of like a bed and a sofa and a TV in there, and you want to move the whole house, they would have just stayed behind. But now with this new system, they will all move together, which makes it so much better. But speaking of houses,
yeah,
we have a bunch of new houses for you guys, because I knew that a lot of you were asking about houses for the longest time. So
yeah, the house that
you go.
The house that we had inside the alpha was kind of it was actually house model version 2 that Rainy did. Rainy did the first 2, and kind of what he was talking about earlier with progression is I kind of realized, okay, if we have this one house, how do we give you guys the ability to upgrade? How do we expand the house? And the original idea was just that you'd build a new house and delete the old one and move everything over. And it just seems like a pain in the butt for you guys. It's annoying. So we kind of concepted out, I think I concepted out the idea and then I passed it off to Liz. And Liz actually designed all the player houses for you guys. She and Ken, I would say, in tandem, and probably a little Laura too. But essentially, now you have your starter house, and then that can be expanded, which I know a lot of games have done in the past. But it's often done either in a 2D environment, or it's actually a separate map. So a really good example of that is My Time at Portia, where the outside looks new and different and it gets bigger, but the actual inside of the house is actually a whole separate map, because you can tell because they don't like mirror each other. So we had to do it in a real live 3D space that's 1-for-1 on the inside and the outside, which is way harder than it sounds, honestly. So anyway, so Liz put together, I think we have 3 stages for sure. On you can upgrade basically the same house, and we gave you, I think there's 3 different styles of house that you can choose from. So we'd like to add more later. We felt like this was a good starting point for you guys. You can choose from one of 3 styles, and then you can upgrade it as you go. If you want to change styles, you will have to start from the bottom and go.
I don't know if Liz or Laura, I remember you guys put together the houses with a bunch of decorations inside and took some photos, and it looks really pretty.
They staged them, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys still have that, can you send it to me on Discord? I'd like to show that.
Oh, the pictures?
Yeah, I'd like to show that to the community. If you guys are around, that is. I don't know. But while we wait for those photos, hopefully, I would show you guys how the system works. So, we have a bunch of different styles of house. We have a modern house, we have a traditional Japanese house, we have a Western house. We have a bunch of different types of house with the different styles. So
3. There's only 3.
3 styles? I thought we had like 4
There's
or 5.
3 styles. No, there's only 3 styles.
Okay. Well, we have 3 styles, and each style has 3 stages.
3 stages.
So,
yeah.
this is the traditional house stage 1. So, if I go ahead and put down a stage 1 traditional house down, and you know, in old build mode fashion, I have it, and I can go inside of it, and it works as it would a house, just like how you guys had it in alpha. But now, if I have the second stage of this house unlocked, you know, if I have upgraded my build level high enough that I have the second traditional house, I can grab it. Also, another little tiny note is that in build mode, whenever you're putting an item down, it doesn't go blue anymore. The problem with that was, if you already had a house that was placed down and it was blue and you were trying to put decorations inside of it, it would just become a mush of blue color. It was just, you couldn't see anything. But now you can actually see them in full color. They don't cast a shadow. That's the only difference. But if I grab this second stage and it snaps to the first stage, and if I click, now this is pretty cool, because I still have my old house that was actually built, right? But now it's been augmented by the extra room that the second stage would be adding to it. And now if I build it, you can see that the old stage 1 house is now completely gone, and in place of it I have a stage 2 house, which has some extra rooms and an extra door at the back. And now we have another stage. I'll put that one down too for you guys. We'll go ahead. This is stage 3, and it goes there nicely. And also another cool thing is that we now have something called a secondary menus. So if you hold your toolbar, you see the secondary menu at the bottom. You can do some extra stuff with it. And one of the options is toggle build mode visibility. And if I press that, then all of my build mode items will be in full color so that you can actually see what they're going to look like. You can also disable it, and then it goes back to looking see-through. But if I go ahead and build it, I have a stage 3 house. And one benefit that this system has, as you can imagine, is that every decoration that you have inside of the house is going to be preserved. So if you had a bed already placed down, that bed is going to still be exactly where it used to be. And it's just going to have extra rooms and stuff be added to it. That's it. I'm going to catch up with the chat.
Mostly me answering questions.
Yeah, Baka Kid is still not available anymore. Sorry, 2B.
It's been like a year, I think. It's been a while.
Yeah. But you can wishlist the game, and the game will be coming out pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Well, this year. That's as much as we can say. It'll come out this year.
Oh, Liz sent you that picture.
Oh, lovely. All right. I'm going to have to get out of full screen, so don't worry about Sydney looking weird for a second. Oh, God, everybody. Ken, Liz, and Laura, they all sent it to you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Is it all the same?
Yes, you can pick which house style you like.
Okay. And you can also build multiple of them in
you can
one
build
farm
multiple. Yeah, you're not stuck with just one house. So if you want to put
this
one of each house of each size and each stage on one property, you can totally do that. There's nothing.
Yeah, you don't have to upgrade to like the bigger houses. If you want a small house, you can have a small house. That was actually a requirement that we put down.
Yeah, you can just have 4 of them if you want.
Yeah. I can never catch up with the chat live.
I know.
I always have
I
to
do want to
rewatch
note
streams.
I have to note This picture is a staged version of the house. This was not done in build mode. That bike will never be there like that. That's not possible.
Yeah.
I just needed to point that out. Sorry. I was like, wait.
as you guys remember, actually, we covered it last stream. All the vehicles go to the garage, so the bike will always be on the right side of the garage.
We're not gonna show all of the house types, but you've actually seen them all now. So there's only 3 of them. You'll have to go back and be investigative.
Yeah, but we do not restrict you guys when it comes to houses in any way. It's just treated as a build mode item. So if you want to have, houses all around your farm and specialize each one for something, sure. If you want to fill one of them with barrels and turn it into a wine house,
storage facility, sure.
Storage facility.
The thing that I keep having to remind people of is every other farm game that you've played has kind of set a lot of expectations for like how other farm sims are going to play. And in relation to our game, you need to forget about all of that stuff. So you don't have a house that you get at the very beginning. You get a tent, and then you have to build your houses. So you don't have one house that you upgrade by going to somebody to come and upgrade your house. It doesn't work that way. You have full control to put down any buildings you want, and then you can upgrade them however you please. You will have to unlock the upgrades through progression. So that's kind of a thing, but it's very different from like, say, Stardew, which we compare all the time, where you get your one house, it's in one spot, and then you upgrade it. It doesn't work that way for us. There was something else somebody else was asking the other day, like, what are we going to do for year 1? Are we going to, like, it was a conversation in the Discord, and it was like, are we going to spend the first year farming or mining? Or I was like, forget all that, guys. That doesn't apply to SunnySide. So you can do everything at once. We didn't make it where the whole purpose is like min-maxing as much as possible so you can make as much money. So that's not really how we designed the game. You can do that, but it's a very different type of strategy that you guys are going to have to discover by playing the game rather than discovering it by comparing it to other farm games. Does that make sense?
For instance, in SunnySide, you can make money very easily by just mining.
Or fishing.
They make
fishing
a lot
super
of money.
Easy.
Or just getting resources and selling them. And, they're not exploits. That's just how the game is designed. Because making money is not the point of the game. It's going through the stories. It's really the biggest, probably, push of the game. But no, just, make as much money as you want. It's not going to really break the game in any way. Because it's not designed that way.
No, you can't hire people to build stuff for you. Again, completely different to any other farm sim where somebody comes and does it for you. You have to go collect the resource. It's more like our build mode is actually a lot more similar to like a survival game where you place things individually and you have a lot more control and you have a lot more freedom rather than other farm games.
One area though that you can essentially have somebody do something else for you, and that is through the order system. And that is part of our vendors, and we talked about this before. This was in alpha. Some vendors in the game
we'll deliver stuff.
You can leave orders with them, and when you request an order, like if I do it here, for instance, through Ishikawa Blacksmith, right? For instance, you can't do iron work at your home. We're never gonna give you smelting stuff. You have to put an order through Ishikawa. So you go here, and then you go to the services, and then you can order an iron rebar? What is that? Iron sheet and glass. You can order these from him. So, for instance, I can order a bunch of glass. I'll need to give him sand, and then he'll turn it into glass for me. We have this system, which is services. We call it services. And you leave orders with people, and it's not just Ishikawa. We have a bunch of people who do it. I mean, he does it, and then we have woodwork that do it. Yeah, a bunch of different shops that have services, And
Yep.
yeah, even the clinic, you can leave medicinal plants and stuff with them, and they turn it into medicine and teas and stuff for you.
Yeah. But I don't want to get lost down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So I'm going to redirect. The build mode still needs a lot of kind of tweaking and work. There's still some things we want to add to it, but we wanted to kind of give you guys an update really about kind of what has been worked on, just to show that we've still been polishing it. I know that there was a lot of issues with it in alpha, so but yeah, there's still some stuff to do, but we've also come quite a long way, I think. So
Right.
but the next thing we want to talk about, something that Rainy, I know, one, is excited about, and two, worked really hard on. So go for it, dude.
This is something that we talked about back in the Kickstarter days, and it's finally in the game. So, I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was a notification I got from my phone saying new song unlocked. So, yes, we have our music player finally in the game working, and anything to do with music is pretty much programmed in. So, let me fix the phone. This is how it works. Every music in the game, it can be unlocked from this point onwards. How you unlock them is by hearing them for the first time. So now that I've heard the spring theme, I have unlocked the spring soundtrack. Now, once you unlock it, this doesn't mean you can just play it. You have to go and buy it. You have to go and buy the actual record. We have a record shop in Higashi. We can't show it to you guys, but it's called Vinyl Fantasy, which, you know, big shout out to, I think, was it you or was it Kenna that did it?
I don't remember anymore, to be honest.
Big shout out to whoever came up with that name. It's called Vinyl Fantasy. And you go to that shop, and once you unlock the song, then it will be available for purchase. We haven't programmed that part yet, which means that every song that you unlock immediately shows up in the app that is the music player. So,
also, real quick, I'm getting messages on the side, so I just want to talk about Vinyl Fantasy real quick.
Okay.
So we have two very awesome people who've been working on the map, because I'm too busy, so I passed it off. So it's Liz and Laura, which you guys have heard us talk about a lot. They've each kind of worked on different areas, and there've been areas that have become people's like pet projects. So for Liz, it's the onsen and the hot springs, which we're not showing you guys, so don't ask. And one of the ones for Laura was Vinyl Fantasy. So she really wanted to show it. I'm still saying no. But what I do want to tell you guys is not only has Laura put a lot of effort into it, but the whole team has actually put a little bit of like something special in there that I also can't talk about yet. But I just want to do a shout out to Laura because it does look amazing. I think everybody, when they first see it, is going to be shocked, really. Because that was when we first saw it, we were all shocked. And I think there are other parts of the map, because we mostly have just been showing you guys like debug map, or I've been very selective about where I like let Rainy go and stuff. When you guys see certain areas, I think people are going to be like genuinely surprised. So I just want to shout out to Laura. It does look amazing, which is precisely why I'm not letting Rainy show it to you guys, because I am a jerk.
And you know, there's a bunch of Easter eggs in that shop specifically that we can't talk about, but it's going to surprise a bunch of people. Yeah, I hope it'll be really fun. It's so exciting. Okay. So
now back to the beats.
Thank you, Laura and ChatGPT, for the name of the MP3 player in the game, or the music app in the game. We called it Koi Beats. There it is.
Is that how you got it?
Yeah, we used ChatGPT to come up with a bunch of options, and then, but we came up with Koi Beats ourselves. Yeah. Anyway, so if I open Koi Beats, here are a few tracks that I have already unlocked. And Matt has been generous enough that allowed us to feature 2 of his songs from his Holy Moly album in SunnySide. So, see, I also have Spring Days unlocked. So if I click on it, it'll just play the spring theme. If I play let's play one of Matt's music. is loud enough. But...
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so you can go to the next one, or the previous one. You can shuffle it, you can repeat it, and it also shows up here, so that if you're in a different app, you can also see that it's playing the music. So, this is the music player app, which you can use it anywhere. You can use it in a car, you can use it when you're just running around, and you can play whatever music that you like from the game. But if you're at home, you will have this thing that you can build, which is a record player. So I can grab something from SunnySide album, and it's just going to be the spring theme. I can grab something from the Jelly Fox. And the cool thing about this is that it's spatial. And what that means is that you can hear it like where it's coming from. Yeah. And also if you go behind something, so if I go behind this tree, you can hear it. You can hear it muffle. That's really cool. Yeah, and that is music. Feels a bit like Spotify. That was by design. Thank you. And you know, another shout out. Search Jelly Fox, available on Spotify, YouTube Music, all the platforms, Apple Music. And
huge shout out to Matt.
Very good songs.
Actually, we're gonna do Matt a favor. I'm just gonna link it.
Yeah, link it.
If you guys haven't been listening to this album on repeat, what are you doing with your life? Because it's so good, and Matt continually astounds me with how talented he is. So this is on Spotify because I don't use Apple Music, but yeah. Go listen to Matt's music. He's amazing.
Does the music have a separate audio channel from the regular in-game music? It'll replace the regular music, yeah. And then as soon as you stop it, then, which you can just click on it, it'll kind of go back to the seasonal music. I don't know why it's not right now. Maybe I broke it, but yeah, it does. And these are actually what I worked on for music volumes. So these will actually unlock music for me if I go through them. And you can listen to them. What do they unlock? Town Night and Higashi Night. Oh, Higashi Night was what you guys were listening to, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is the music player, as well as the app, which is accessible anywhere and everywhere. But don't forget that you need to actually buy the music to unlock them. Yep. Hopefully, in a future stream, one of these days, we'll take you to Higashi so that you can see
maybe
how much content there is in there.
I also want to point out there are some songs that you can only unlock by doing things. So you can't buy all music. There are some songs that say you have to like romance somebody in order to get. So just gonna throw that out there, that not every song will be easily accessible or purchasable at the Final Fantasy shop. But if I remember right,
you have no idea. Music has always been like number one priority
huge
for us.
Yeah,
huge priority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Rainy, but you might have said this earlier. Did you talk about how, like, when you run through an area to unlock music, you get the music?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If you hear the music through any means, you'll unlock it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, when you progress through the caves, different levels of the caves have different songs in them. So when you get to those levels of the caves, you unlock that song, and then you can now listen to it at any point on Koi Beats. Or on, I think just Koi Beats, right? Not the record player.
Record player as well.
Record players,
if you
don't have to go buy it.
If you buy it, you can play it through Koi Beats or the record player.
No, but I mean, if you unlock it, do you get the record?
No, if you unlock it, you just get it through the shop and you need to go buy it.
So you do have to go buy it, yep.
Yeah, you have to go buy it.
Yeah.
Which is how we can put extra locks on there for characters and stuff like you mentioned. Yeah. Cool. Any risk
do songs per... Oh, that's a good question.
Before marriage? Well, if you try to romance multiple people...
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
We will get lost down a rabbit hole. We did a whole conversation in the last live stream about how the relationship mechanics work, rival romances and all that stuff. So you'll have to go watch that one because this will be another 3-hour stream. I don't want that. Yeah. But back to music questions. Do songs persist between saves?
Yes. Yeah.
So if you unlock it, it unlocks it for like the whole game.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, it doesn't. No. It's essentially part of the progression of your character.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't. No, it's save based.
Yeah, more reasons to explore. Okay, time to move on.
Next.
I know I'm so hard on you guys. Got to stay on task.
All right. So what's next?
So mean.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the music stuff. Oh, right. NPC deep dive. That's what it says.
Now you're going to have to open up the engine. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys.
So
this is going to take a minute.
I was watching the last live stream to make sure we didn't talk about stuff we already talked about. And we showed you guys the field lab when we were talking about Anahita. Yeah. But since that point, it has gotten a huge makeover. And it's now incredibly gorgeous. And I thought that would be a great way to start. Oh my gosh, you guys, and the dog.
So we're going to go through a few of the buildings, right?
Yes. So we're going to go show the field lab. And then we're going to show Blake's cute little adorable apartment.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show the Ishikawa estate. And talk about Hanako.
You can walk the dog, yes. That's like a huge
Yes,
feature.
You can walk the dog.
I had to convince
so excited.
Sydney.
If I remember right, you can also walk the cat.
Technically, but we have disabled it since. Do you want it to be enabled?
Yes.
Okay.
I insist. You should be able to walk cats.
Yeah. If we had the time, I would have loved there to just a buggy would spawn out of nowhere, and then the cat jumps in it, and then you just take him.
No, cats need walks too. Cats need their exercise.
They do.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Currently, technically, you can walk
cat,
anything. But... So, like, I could walk my chickens if I wanted to.
We should probably do something about, like, walking the horse, too, or something.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Take the horse with you places. Kitty harness.
Yeah. We are happy to answer questions while we wait for this to load.
Yeah, ask all the questions. If it's like super unrelated or if it's something that we've already talked about in other streams, I'm not going to answer it though. Sorry. I'm going to point you to other places. Because otherwise we end up answering the same questions every stream. Will there be marriage? No. Why won't there be marriage? Because I said so. At this point.
At this point, you just had enough.
At this point, because I said so.
If the cat relationship is below 25%, Max, it should flop upon getting the... Just reject you, yeah.
Somebody has tried to walk a cat on a harness before, apparently.
We did.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was just... It just flopped. It just didn't want to move. Onyx.
You guys, we have no intention of... So the main reason we're not talking about pets today is because we haven't finalized the system. So I don't ever like talking to you guys about stuff that we're planning, because I could all day say, oh yeah, we plan on doing that. Yeah, we plan on doing that. But until we actually finish it, it's just me. It's just not, it's nonsense. So that's why I'm not answering your guys' pet questions, because we haven't finished it yet. So just so you guys know. They really like their chicken armies, though.
Your cat name is Tuxedo? That's such a good name for a cat.
That is a good name for a cat. Is the engine still loading? Yeah. That map, man. I have a great video of our cat. We tried harness training them, and then one of them ended up with FIV, and so we just don't take them outside anyway. So we kind of stopped with the whole harness training thing. But when we were trying... I have a really cute video of our kitten in a harness and like kind of wobbling, and we were trying to play with her, and we like threw a spring which is like her favorite little toy. And she kind of like stared at it, like she wanted to go for it, and then just like flopped over. Super cute.
Wow. I absolutely love cats. I don't know why. Our cat smells like dry cleaning all the time. He smells so
What?
good. He smells
That's
so
weird.
good. I know.
That's weird.
I mean, he's
Lauren.
wearing a tuxedo. Yeah, no, I got him. I catnapped him. It is still loading.
Goodness. My cats got locked out of the room because they were
Don't-
bugging me.
Don't like. He just did a big breath. He had enough of me. He just went.
He's like, let me go.
Here you go.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
can we add music externally? The answer to that is a big no. The reason is because we have put so much time and money and effort and talent into making the soundtrack for the game that it feels like we're doing a disservice to all the people who worked on it by letting you just replace it with your own music.
But-
So no.
But also, it's a pain in the ass, to be honest.
And it's a pain, and we don't want to do
It's
it.
very difficult.
But the main issue is
He did
really just I don't know, being faithful to Matt and all his hard work. So yeah.
Right?
Because he sleeps on my clean clothes, that's why he smells good.
That's true. It smells like flowers. That's awesome. Cats just
Probably
smell
rolling
good.
around in flowers.
Cats just smell good, you know?
I think it's just your cat.
All
because
right,
he
here we
lays in
are
clean laundry.
in the good map. In the
What is
map
he
with
doing?
all this stuff.
What is your cat doing? Turn around. Oh, he was like sniffing the corner.
He's smelling things. I don't know why he's smelling things. Okay, so we want to show the SunnySide map. Is he visible in the stream? I don't think he's visible in the stream. No.
Yeah, he's visible
Oh,
on the
he
screen.
is. It's just his head.
Yeah. His head popping up over your shoulder.
What?
Yes, the game will support mods. We haven't really put in the effort on how that's like what that's going to look like. But it's always been our intention to support modding. It might not be available immediately, but yes. We will be supportive of that.
Come on. Okay.
He's just creeping.
He's creeping. Where am I? Oh, here I am. Okay, beautiful. Right. For those of you who are into game dev, I don't know if you have viewers who are devs themselves, but we use something called level streaming, which means we chop up the map into smaller levels. So like somebody's house would be a smaller level, and it will only load up when you get close enough. That's how most open world games work, like Breath of the Wild or GTA.
Yep.
So you wanted me to go to the
Field lab.
field lab. Let's go to
But
the
take
field
the
lab.
roads and go down the beach. Don't go the back way.
Do you want me to like play it and get there, or just go there
No,
with
I
the
just don't want you
Okay.
zooming past the onsen. Avoid that area at all
Yeah,
costs.
I will. As you can see, it's empty. Nothing's in there because the level that is related to the lab is not loaded. So I'm going to load that up. There it is. Okay, so full screen it. Let's go have a look.
It's a lot better looking than it was last time.
Yeah, so we get through it like this. And then there is like an exhibition in the middle. Pretty cool.
Exhibition.
Yeah. No? What would you call that?
Oh, you mean the inside the building?
Yeah, like the little glass area.
It would be a terrarium.
Terrarium. It's a terrarium. Big terrarium.
Yeah.
And then
giant
this area,
terrarium.
which looks... That's cool. I never
Oh,
seen
it was
that.
the outside of the building that really got the makeover. The inside, I don't think's had too much.
Okay. Oh, nice detail. Okay. Good job
Yeah.
putting the actual projector. Nice. Very good. Very good. The outside
I
of
can't
the
see what you're
building.
looking
Okay.
at. Yeah, outside the building.
Let me make the camera a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, because you showed the inside last time.
Yeah.
But Liz put a lot of effort into the outside, and I wanted to show it off because it looks awesome.
It does look awesome. Oh, the bees are moved here.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Yep. And do you have like the spring map up?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You mean the decorations?
Just like the spring map, because that'll pull all the plants that she put down.
I didn't. There it is.
Oh yeah, put in the spring map.
Cool, cool, very cool. Oh. Look at this river. Damn.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
I'm like a little behind you, and so this always happens. So anyway, so this is the field lab. This is where they do all the research. It's primarily bee research. Ignore all the like floating standing water. That's temporary. This is where
an exhibit. Thank you.
Well, exhibition is the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is where Anahita and Ryozo work. They are researching local flora and fauna and local bugs and insects and primarily bees and how bees pollinate and all that stuff. So this is their research area. But yeah, before this whole area was just kind of like the greenhouses were up, but it didn't look nearly this good. So now it looks really awesome. So I thought you guys should see it.
It does look awesome. And then we still have all of the areas upstairs.
And then if you change seasons, it should change. I think it'll change the crops that are out in the greenhouses.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, you can have bees. What's a farming game without beehives?
Yeah, you're right. It does.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, very good. Good job, Liz.
Yeah.
Looks very good.
Yeah, Liz killed it with this. And then if you go to the left, I don't know if you were moving and stuff, but there's a forest on the left that I think she put in as well. If you want to, they're not finished, but it's pretty.
Like here?
I don't know yet.
Wait until you catch up with me.
Yeah. Oh God. It's like over by the road.
Oh.
Not the beach.
Not the beach.
I mean, the beach is cool too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like the road that leads up towards the onsen.
Yeah, this is one of our forests. So here's the thing. You can't chop down every tree anymore.
Yeah.
Simply because of the fact that, not because of a technical limitation at all, actually, but because of the fact that we didn't want you guys to go and chop down trees of people or trees of the parks and the gardens. So we now encourage you to go to forests, the designated forests, to chop down your trees from there. Those are fine. Also the trees that you own yourself on your farm. Yeah. And this is one of those forests. Lots of trees, more trees that you would ever need, to be honest.
And there will be more stuff in the forest later, but we're not quite there yet.
Can't move higher up there.
Yeah, I
will reach somewhere.
Be upset.
Yeah, it'll reach the onsen that we just don't want to show.
And I will yell at him.
Yeah. But I really like this river. It looks so natural.
I can also hear Liz off in the distance saying, "No, that's not even the best forest." I know, Liz. I know there are better ones.
Oh, should I go to the campsite?
No.
No.
No, I thought about that, but we'll save that for another day.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's the field lab area.
Yeah.
But you can go to Blake's house. Do you know where she lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is that I'm just going past, by the way. This is another farm that you guys can purchase.
Yep.
Because I don't know if he told you guys. I think we did, but you can own multiple farms around.
Yep.
Around the town. Will there be an in-game barriers and notices that'll help us know where the forests start and end? I think we should put a like a little sign that says forest here.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that.
There is a plan for that.
Okay, so where was I going? Blake's house.
Blake's house.
Okay. Where does she live?
Can you get a seed from chopping down trees to plant yourself? No. But you said you knew where Blake live.
I don't know.
Oh, she is on Main Street.
Okay.
Next to the hospital.
Ah, useful. Thank you. All right, let me turn on the maps for these. Clinic.
It should just be Blake's house that you can.
And then Blake.
Or no, she might be on the clinic map.
She's probably in the clinic. Is this it with the pumpkins and stuff?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Well, this is because I'm in fall. If I go to the spring, it'll be different decorations. There we go. Yes, we have seasonal decorations for houses.
Yes.
She has a frog. A clay frog. That she bought from the garden center. You guys can buy it too.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go to her house. Yeah, Blake's house looks so nice. Hey, she got an avocado chan.
Yeah.
Or avo-chan.
There might be some more in there. People can see them, but don't point them out. You guys have to investigate yourselves.
Keep your eyes peeled for more of the plushies.
So anyway, I don't know if you want to pull up a picture.
Also,
Blake.
ignore this water situation.
Yeah,
That's a stupid thing that happens in the game.
It's an ongoing thing we're dealing with. I didn't know it was like that right now.
Yeah, no, I didn't know either. Hey, she's on Discord again.
Hey.
What is she reading? Oh, it's about cats. About cats. She's got a Dyson. Nice. Those are expensive, mate. Is this a toilet? Yeah, we don't.
So we talked in the last stream about kind of how 3D set decoration is different for our game than like other farm sims, and how we're kind of using it to tell stories about the characters. So I think everybody knows Blake at this point. I don't know if you want to put a picture of her or not, Rainy, or if you don't have
Blake,
one handy.
Right, my bad. Yes.
But so this is her little apartment. She lives by herself. And yeah, she is a resident at the clinic next door. Very handy living location, if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually never realized that how close she was living.
Yeah, she used to be further away, but we moved her a lot closer.
Good, makes sense. I was trying to grab her portraits, but
yeah, it'll be too complicated. But just in case anybody didn't remember who she was, that's Blake.
Yep.
Being Blakey.
Hanako's very close friend.
Yep.
Probably the only person Hanako doesn't want to punch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she likes her family.
Yeah. Oh, true.
But yeah, you're mostly right.
Whose house should we go to next?
The next one is actually the Ishikawa estate.
Oh, also,
and I
clinic got a bit of an over.
Yeah, show the clinic. Why not? I do want to point out that these houses, somebody said her entranceway is the size of my house. I want to point out that in terms of the house sizes, we had to be very unrealistic to like real life Japan. Because houses are not, like, apartments are not that big in Japan. But we had to consider how you're going to move around within a 3D space.
Laura,
so
you
if we made it,
remove this.
Still if we made it
to the coffee. Sorry.
If we made it too realistic, you guys wouldn't be able to navigate, and the NPCs wouldn't be able to navigate. So things are a lot bigger on our map than like reality.
Right, we're going to the Kazuki's house. Did you say?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
I believe he is
Kazuki,
also
guys
on the
remember?
clinic map. Yeah.
You guys remember he had his little shop. Not much has changed there because his shop was already looking good. But his house is different now.
House is very different.
So this is Master Ishikawa's house. He has a estate pretty much, so they're pretty rich.
That's not how that works.
Nice. Oh, look at the kitchen. Very good.
This is one that the house itself, Ken and I worked together to design. And then, I don't remember if Liz or Laura, I actually think both of them decorated it. I know Liz did that cool interior garden area.
And don't forget, Hanako lives in this house. So we'll go have a peek in her room as well.
Her bedroom.
What is this?
You gotta be descriptive. I don't know what you're looking at.
This one building towards the end. The lone
Towards the
building.
back?
Yeah.
That is the jewelry shop.
Oh, yes. So if you didn't know, Kazuki's lovely wife, what was her name?
Chio?
Chio, yeah. Chio does jewelry work. So Kazuki does ironwork, Chio does jewelry work. And yeah, this is her shop. Where she would do all that stuff. And I think the idea was that the player can purchase jewelry.
No, maybe. Yes.
It's a maybe.
Yeah. So if you
Honestly,
want to,
we don't know if we'll have the time to do it, but if we do,
yeah. If you want to, basically, if you want to buy accessories for your character to wear, like bracelets or necklaces or earrings outside of the character creator, you're going to buy them from Chio. But primarily, the reason that this shop is important is this is the only place you'll be able to sell gems. So gemstones that you find in the caves, you can only sell to Chio.
If you couldn't tell, this is Hanako's room. Very, very extra, indeed.
Yeah, her big closets.
Her big closet. She has another Dyson. Maybe they bought it together.
I think a lot of people have them.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah, the very first room you were in was like a guest room, I think.
Yeah, that was looked like a guest room.
I'm always the loud one.
What is this Chio and Kazuki's room?
Yeah, I assume, yeah. They saw the dollhouse that was snuck in there.
Yeah, that was good. And then
it's in the back of the closet, so
yeah.
A Dyson is a brand of vacuum cleaner. They also make fans.
Bladeless fans, as they call it, but the blades fans are in the back of it. All right, so.
Oh, do you want to show a picture of like Hanako and
sure.
Kazuki and Chio?
Hanako. This is Hanako, where a lot of people are already kind of dying for. Which, can't blame you, honestly.
An overpriced fan.
Kaori had no right making her that pretty.
Yeah, right? Especially the hair.
I know. Yeah. And I encourage you to go watch the previous stream because we talked a lot about Hanako. Broke some hearts as well. So, yeah. That's Hanako.
No, not Hanako. That was Anahita.
We talked about Hanako as well.
Mm-mm.
We didn't?
Nope. I
guess we didn't. These are very high quality, damn. Carrie, good job. Yeah. All right.
Hanako's
Where should we go
gorgeous.
next?
So we're actually going to do a hangout with Hanako.
Okay. We'll do a hangout with Hanako. Okay, so
I will say Hanako and Blake are pretty much every story at this point I've written a lot of, or I've had a big part in writing. It was mostly Jade and I there at the end doing all the dialogue and everything. But Blake and Hanako are the only two that was 100% Jade. I went in at the end and edited it, but it was all her. So I just want to shout out Jade did some really awesome writing for us. So
Absolutely. Let me get the volume mixer and just make sure that SunnySide is high up. Yep. Okay. Alright, so we are going to be talking about the social system for the remainder. Pretty much, I think. Yeah. And we are going to give you some more info, give you guys some more info. We have given you guys some more info kind of sporadically about how the social system and the hangout system and stuff works, but we're kind of going to do a deep dive into it and have a look and see how it all works. So I'm going to start a new debug game. Debug game just doesn't have all the intro quests.
yeah,
Which there's quite a bit of. There's like...
there's a lot of intro.
So you guys know, yeah, there's like 10 days, I think, pretty much worth of intro quests that you
At least,
have to do. Yeah.
Definitely took the Persona route with that one.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a tutorial about most
Yeah.
things in the game.
It's one of the things that bothered me a lot about other farm games, a specific one that I won't name. In like, there's no direction, which is great because you get like that open sandbox feeling. But for me personally, when I'm doing a game, I kind of want like, what should I be doing next kind of a feel? Or like, what can I do? What are my options for things? What are, you know, what is the path forward for upgrading stuff or whatever? And I feel like a lot of other farm sims just kind of force you to discover it on your own. Which is okay, but I don't know, didn't want that for this. I wanted a little bit more, I don't want to say hand holding, but at least in the beginning, maybe
Kind of giving you a nice intro to the game.
yeah, like a guide to kind of carry you forward.
Right, the reason I'm running is that I just want a snack.
Also, Sky Turtle, you're not wrong. I'm constantly stressed in these streams about what can and cannot be shown. Oh, and you can see, I don't know if you guys saw it, as he's running through different areas, he's unlocking songs.
I wanted a coffee because I wanted the energize effect. Damn it.
Why didn't you get the coffee?
Because I did get the coffee, but I ate my sandwich first and now I'm full.
That's funny.
So some food can give you effects, but we'll probably talk about that in a different stream. I think we talked about it in the previous stream.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how does Hangouts work in SunnySide? So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to unlock all of the NPCs for myself. So as you can imagine, through playing the game normally, you need to actually go meet people for the first time, talk to them for the first time, and then they will be added as a contact to your phone. Some characters would kind of be added to your phone as a contact through story. For instance, Gabe is one of them, Cat is one of them, because Gabe is the guy that you see, that you meet. He's the guy that will take you to your land, so his contact will be added to your phone. Cat is the character that you will find in your farm, because she was like painting the scenery, and then she'll bring you some strawberry seeds and stuff, so you will get her contact number automatically through a story. But the rest of the people you need to go meet. So you go to Squirrel, which is our messenger app. You go to your contacts, and then you will find the NPC that you want to hang out with. We want to do Hanako this time, so Hanako, there she is. And you can click on Ask Out if you have generated enough romance points with her. You could get rejected too if you haven't. Actually, this will be grayed out if you haven't. It will only be available if you have. In this, we have it always available. But we'll click on Invite to Hang Out. We'll send her a text message. Reply. Jesus Christ. And then we'll select a venue. So, actually...
what happened?
No, nothing. Just the fact that she was very rude when she replied.
Oh, she's always rude.
Wasn't expecting. Right. We wanted to leave it to you guys to choose where to go. So, write down wherever you would like us to go to. And don't choose somebody's house, please. Just choose a venue. We could go to somebody's house, but we haven't tested it.
Yeah, we haven't tested those yet.
She is so done with everybody, even chibified.
I will say, actually, no, I did write Hanako's, like, those things, the text messages and all that. I wrote all those, and she was fun to write. I love writing Hanako. She's like this. She's sassy, but like not in a. She's not sassy in a mean way. You can just tell that she doesn't care about anything.
All right, we have a bunch of people saying park, so I think we'll go to the park. So,
but which park? There's two.
We have Hana Gardens up here. This is the one next to Sako's place. And then
there's the flower gardens, and then there's the park. So do you want flower gardens or the park? We can't do Umi yet. So you get flower gardens or park.
I think it's park.
Okay.
All right, we'll go to the park.
Should have chosen the gardens. Should have chosen the garden.
Also, another thing, not all of these options will be available at all the times. Some of these options are unique to NPCs. Some of these options are unique to weather and season. But we have everything. For instance, snowball fights will only be available through winter.
Yeah.
But again, because we're in debug mode, we have everything available to us.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about Kokyo Park. My bad.
I don't know why it doesn't show the thingy correctly either. I need to look into that.
Which thingy?
It would show the link to the place with the image and stuff. Do you remember?
Oh, right.
Alright. We're there. Hey Hanako. This better be fun. Okay, sure. What have you planned? So we have a lot of options that we can do in this park. Again, you're not going to have all of these options available to you at all the times. But let's do hangout. Just
reverse, we want the gardens.
Keep it simple.
They changed their mind. They want the flower gardens now.
They want the flower. We'll do that too. You know what? Sure.
We'll do both. Why not?
Yes, I'll do hangout. I don't know if the animations are gonna look fine. Yeah,
we'll find out.
We're kind of going into the.
Yeah. Everything still needs a lot of polish. So.
Why? She just says, "Oh." Everything okay? Yeah, it's whatever. It's just that every time my Yumi takes my phone away, I always miss something really big online. She takes her phone away?
Don't read it.
Okay. You guys read it yourselves then. Takes your phone away. Why did she take her phone away?
Because she's constantly on it.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't even remember this one. See, again, I didn't write these, so...
This is the first one, yeah. What? I'll explain to you guys how this works.
I'm gonna have to go through and look at these. I don't even remember this.
Oof. F's for Mayumi. She is very small. She's small by design.
She's also just sinking into the bench weirdly.
She is sinking, yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember this part now.
Forgot that she calls you peasant.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a long one.
That was a long one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I can give her my lemonade. I'll give her coffee.
No, then you can't drink the coffee.
Oh, I gave her coffee. Right. So that was an event. That was a hangout. A long one, actually. So I'm glad you guys got some context of how it works. So this is how the system works. Obviously, you invite somebody to a hangout. They will say yes based on a bunch of different factors. For instance, if you haven't gone out with them in a while, they will say yes. You can't just like constantly go out with them. So if I try to invite Hanako again, she will reject me because I've just been out with her. And then they would also say no if you don't have at least a tiny bit of friendship with them. But I think hangouts are always okay. And then once you get into the hangouts, we have a bunch of different events that can happen. We have friendship events, we have harmony events, which are like story events, like important story events, as well as we have romance events. So obviously if you go out on a hangout, based on how much friendship points you have with that NPC, there is a possibility that you can have a friendship event or a harmony event take place. For instance, what just took place was a harmony event, the first harmony event of Hanako, in fact. Although maybe it was a friendship event. Was it a friendship event?
I don't.
It was either a friendship event or a harmony event.
Honestly, it kind of got to the point where it's all the same. There's really no
similar,
like,
yeah.
there's no real differentiation anymore. It's just how you progress through their story. So basically the difference is whether or not there's going to be dialogue during it. So primarily for the most part, it's always going to be no dialogue, and then you'll just get like chat bubbles like they're talking. And then occasionally you'll get one of those like dialogue scenes. But I think we should do another one and do Hana Gardens, but do Blake this time.
Okay.
So we can't hang out with
Blake
Hana.
it is. Blake doesn't have a profile picture, unfortunately.
Why?
Don't know. Maybe I forgot to import them. Hana Garden.
Looking at you, Laura.
Hey, what's
oh,
this
do you mean
time?
like a chibi icon?
Yeah, chibi icon.
Oh, I thought you meant like her profile picture.
Oh no. Chibi.
Like for the dialogue. And I was like, what? That should all be in there by
No,
now.
that's fine.
Everybody, there was a fox in the background. Everybody's freaking out.
Yeah, we do have foxes show up occasionally, as well as raccoons.
Yep.
Okay, let's do. Watch sakura trees. Let's watch some sakura trees. It's spring.
Oh, I
That's
don't know.
a nice
if that
sakura tree. Very good.
one... Okay. I'm not sure about that one.
That looks good. That's a nice looking.
It looks good.
Yeah, looks fine. It's very pretty though, Hana Gardens. And this was an example of the one without any dialogue. So you just got the bubbles and stuff. But what it does still is that it'll add to your friendship points. So what you want to do is that you want to continuously increase your friendship points. And at certain friendship points, like 25 or 30 or 40, you get those extra story bits when you go out on a hangout. And then they happen one after another because they're story based. Yeah. I'll say something nice to her. You're welcome. And the way you generate friendship points and romance points, friendship points is you can get up to a certain amount every day by just talking to them. So that's fine, that works. When you go out on a hangout, based on what their love language is, if you say something nice to them, if you give them a certain gift, if you ask them if they need anything, all of those will also generate friendship points and romance points based on if that is their language or not. Yeah, love language. Cool. It is very pretty in here. Good job, you guys.
Yeah, this is another one that Laura did, and it's just, it kind of blew my mind at first, honestly. I was tempted to be like, that's way too many flowers, dial it back, but I love it. I think it looks great.
And you know what? We'll sit here while we talk about all the other stuff.
Did you sit in a zen spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
This looks very pretty.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Zen mode.
Is it not? Is it not streaming
I love
yet?
it. What, Zen mode? No, it is. I love it. It's. I got distracted. It's really pretty.
I touched the keyboard because I was going to show my outline.
Well, you're gonna have to do it again then.
Hold on. I'm trying to get rid of Unreal. There it is. Okay, sit back. Okay, cool.
Get in your spot. Get in your spot.
Sparky is a bit confused now, though.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on?
Come on,
I gotta
Sparky.
say, the Zen mode thing is something that we've wanted for so long. And we talked about, and then we just kept putting it off. And then we finally have it now. We're still kind of putting them down on the map in places, but it's probably gonna be one of my favorite features.
It is a good feature. And you can also sit anywhere too. Hey, look, Chio was sitting as well. Okay, so we are done with SunnySide things for today. We still have a bunch of RainyGames things left though to talk about, so don't go anywhere. Still have news and updates and all the goodies. So, Sydney, if you want to go ahead and start it.
I mean, you were the one who was so excited to talk about everything earlier.
Well, yes. Why did you come?
I will. So, yeah, RainyGame stuff. We're now into like the It's not really announcements. It's just kind of like that's all the SunnySide stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. But there's some like studio stuff that we want to cover because this is a RainyGame stream. So for anybody who isn't aware, who maybe isn't in the Discord or wasn't paying attention, we launched the first episode of our podcast, and we actually recorded it a while ago, and then Rainy got sick and we didn't launch. So we're going to be doing more, and we're going to be putting out more, and we had a lot of fun with it. And we've gotten some really nice comments on it on the YouTube video. So hopefully people appreciated it. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Spotify. It's also here on our YouTube if you want to watch the video that goes along with it. Yeah, it was fun. And I guess I just hope people like it. Go listen to it. Even if you're not into podcasts, go listen to it. We kind of talked about the origin of RainyGames and like how we got started and how the studio got started. And then we also kind of covered some newsy type stuff. We talked about the release of Hi-Fi Rush and the release of Forspoken, and we kind of compared and contrasted the two games. But primarily the whole thing is really meant to be about the video game industry, but from the point of view of developers. I feel like a lot of the commentary available out there is from the perspective of gamers, which is fine, but we just kind of wanted to toss our hats into the ring and talk about our experiences and how our experiences as developers and game designers and all that stuff has impacted our perspective as gamers, if that makes sense. Right? Because like we were gamers first, primarily, and now we're game makers, and it's interesting the things that how my personal perspectives have changed on a lot of things, just in terms of like how games are made and how long it takes them to get out and marketing for them and all that stuff. So I hope if for anybody who hasn't listened to it, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it and stay tuned for the next one, I guess. And then the other kind of exciting thing is we did launch our Patreon. We talked about both of these things in the last stream, but we actually announced them, so it's kind of exciting. The Patreon is up, it's running. We've already gotten some really awesome people who've thrown their money at us, which we appreciate.
Thank you so much to everybody.
Yeah, we were honestly kind of blown away. We weren't expecting that kind of support that quickly. So if you're interested in the studio, if you want ways to support us, that's really going to be the best way right now. There are different tiers and different rewards, so definitely, go look and see if anything works for you. And if you can't afford it, if you can't support, like, obviously, that's fine. Like, we get it. But we get questions a lot about, like, how can I support you guys? Or, can I pre-order? Or things like that. And so this was kind of our answer for that. We also wanted a way to kind of reward the people who have been super, super loyal. And this is the best way to do it. So, did you want to show off the tiers, the images? I don't
Yeah,
know if we ever
well,
actually showed them.
actually, I think we should also officially, I mean, we did it on Discord, but I like to do it here as well. We
Oh,
should
yeah, yeah, yeah,
officially
yeah, do it.
introduce Rain, the
Yeah.
mascot of our company.
Yeah.
So thank you, Carrie. She put together Rain for us. He is the mascot
So cute.
for the company. And he's using the colors that we use in our logo. So just all official, very good.
His
And
little
here are
umbrella and
some
his little
more,
rain boots.
yeah, here's some more
He's so cute.
Rain concepts for you guys of him doing mischievous things, because he's a bit mischievous. Yeah.
I do have a bunch of ideas of things to do with Rain. So if you have ideas, I hear you already, and I'm thinking about it. I have to talk with Kaori and see what we can do and if we can make certain things happen. But like the ideas are obvious, and so I just want to say like I'm ahead of you. We're thinking about it. We're trying to figure out how we want to do it. But yes, all the ideas that you're having, maybe one day.
Yeah.
But he is super cute. I love the one of him slipping.
Yeah. It's so cute.
I also like the grumpy, like looking down with the umbrella.
Yeah.
He's super cute.
He looks funny. And then obviously we also had the pretty cool looking different tiers of our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm trying to find the art for it. I think I put it in the PR folder. Yeah, I put it in the PR folder.
You could also just go to the website.
Yeah, I could. I wanted to show them in bigger size. So this this was the cub or a kit. Actually, I'll go to the website as well, just in case. Yeah, but these are the different tiers of the Patreon that we had. And this was Fox. Yeah. And then this was Kitsune.
So cute.
Which...
Yeah. Is the final... The last... Second last tier?
Inari is the last
Inari's last tier.
And again, big shout out to the people who got the Inari tier especially. We were not expecting anybody to get that tier, at least for a few months. So we couldn't believe that 2 people got it right away.
No.
And,
yeah, thank you guys a lot.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Patreon.
So the different tiers obviously have different rewards and stuff. If you sign up for, I think it's the Kitsune and Inari tiers, one of the rewards is a monthly postcard that I will personally mail out to you as a thank you. The art is going to change every month, and you will get a new one every month. So I think that's cool. I'm excited to send them out. We already have, I think, 4 or 5 people in those tiers. So at the end of the month, I'll be sending those out to you guys. So
I was gonna go through the different things that we posted so far, for those of you who haven't seen them. So we have obviously the Developers Den podcast episode 1.
Can't you only see it if you're? Isn't the whole point you can only see it if you bought into it?
Well, we shared those publicly the first 2 months, didn't we?
No, only with people on the Discord.
Only with people on the Discord. Well then, join Discord.
That's okay.
If you would
can
like
kind
to.
of, you can tease it. Don't click into them. Just scroll down.
Yeah, I mean we have Gabe 3D print for you guys, cool wallpaper,
So,
which I have.
Right now, the only people who have access to all this
And then a bunch
stuff
of
are people
updates.
who were Kickstarter or Backer Kit backers, or if you purchase. At the end of June, anybody who is Kickstarter or Backer Kit loses that access, and then you'll have to buy into it. So, but here's a little tease. One of the rewards is a 3D print library. So we have a little 3D Gabe that you can print out for yourself if you have a 3D printer. We shared some art.
Yeah. There's one thing though that I like to show everybody because I think it's important, is that we have done a lot of different hairstyles from different because we got a lot of posts in the question channel about the people about having hairstyles that pertain to a very specific type of people. Like if you have a very specific skin color, it's most likely that you have a very specific type of hair as well, and that type of hair is really not covered in a lot of games, or just kind of superficially they got over it. But we worked a lot on it, and we have these hairstyles that.
And there are more to come.
Yeah, covered.
It's not all of them.
Yeah, and I really like these little. What do you call it? Beads. The frizzy bits that Alan adds to
the baby hairs.
The baby hairs. That looks so cool. Yeah. As well as clothes. Many more clothes for you guys in the character creator. Just so you know, we are not done with it. There's going to be a lot more options added to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All cool. Ethnicities. Thank you, Ken. That was the word I couldn't find. Yeah. Awesome. But thank you. Big thank you to the people who have supported us on Patreon. If you have the money, do consider us. We always very, very much appreciate it. But if you don't, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Just join Discord. We share stuff over there as well.
Yeah. And a lot of I kind of want to just we talked about the last stream, but I just want to talk about why we did a Patreon. And a lot of it is you guys are always, you guys want merchandise and you guys want, cool stuff, but we don't have any real income until we put out SunnySide. So, and even once we put it out, it's going to be a bit of time before we actually start pulling income from that. So there's going to be this weird few months gap between finishing SunnySide and then actually making income from it. And that's kind of where Patreon comes in to kind of help with that, keeping Rainy housed and fed, and, if we wanted to merchandise or if we want to start doing pre-production on maybe the next game or the next parts of SunnySide and stuff like that. So there's always work to be done, and it always needs funding. So, is there a link for the Patreon? I think it's actually in the description of this live stream. Maybe?
But here you go.
Is it? No, it's not, but we'll put it in there at the end.
I have put link for you guys.
In the chat. Cool. Yeah. And I'll add it to all the things. We need to put it on our website too. But yeah, so it's live. So thank you again to anybody who decides to back on Patreon. I saw the backer that came in during the stream. Thank you. You know who you are. And an email did go out to all of the Kickstarter and backer kit people. So if you haven't seen that, go search your email box, because it was a good email with a lot of updates.
Yeah.
So
so we are going to be releasing a episode of Developers Den Podcast between now and the next stream. So keep an eye out for that. And keep an eye out on the Patreon for new updates, new posts. We love to share new stuff with you guys all the time, as well as Discord, because everything that we share on there will go to Discord as well.
Yep.
At least until June.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for the stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming and staying and watching all the latest updates, and I hope that you guys got excited by all the stuff that we've been working on. And I'm glad that I'm pretty much fully back to work to make cool stuff for you guys. Yeah. Awesome.
I have nothing to add.
Do we have anything in the QA to cover?
Nope.
No?
Somebody was wondering, can Lucy give the players some tips on how to get jacked fast?
I mean, no. But she should.
For anybody who didn't see, we put out the latest episode of the World of SunnySide video. It's on our YouTube. It's a joke about that video. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's good.
Yeah. I have actually featured a newer version of a soundtrack you guys have heard before. The Town Night theme, the fully final mastered and fully finished mix and mastered version. It will be in the end screen, so if you want to hear that, stay for the end screen. And yeah, we'll say goodbye to you, and we'll see you on Discord. You all have a great rest of your day.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.